So, okay, we'll start now. So, good morning, everyone. So, my name is Samir, and I'll be a faculty for this. So, let's start with this. So, let's start with the Azure Data Engineering. So, first of all, let's discuss what is Azure Data Engineering. Okay. So, when we talk about the Azure guys, Azure is the name used by the Microsoft. Azure is the name used by the Microsoft to market their cloud services. Okay, Microsoft is marketing the cloud services, okay, with a name called Azure. So we can say, guys, Microsoft is using the name called Azure to market their cloud services. And then we have the data. Data is nothing but what's that? Information. Okay. And when we talk about the engineering, this is nothing but application of techniques. So in broad, we can say application of techniques on the data by using the Azure. That is nothing is called as what? Azure Data Engineering. So hence we can say the Azure Data Engineering is a bunch of cloud services. Is a bunch of what's that? Cloud service. Is a bunch of cloud services. So Azure Data Engineering is the bunch of cloud services wherein using this, okay, what are the using this Azure Data Engineering, as it is a bunch of cloud services, we can perform the following operations by using the Azure Data Engineering. What are those? Those are nothing but, guys, the first one, we can go ahead with the data migration. And then we have the data integration. And then we can also perform the data summarization. And then we have the data visualization. So these are all the jobs, or we can say the operations we can perform it using the Azure Data Engineering. Okay, data migration, data integration, data summarization, and as well as the data visualization. So these are all the tasks we can perform it by using the Azure Data Engineering, guys. We can perform it by using the Azure Data Engineering. So when we talk about the Azure Data Engineering, so as you know, the Azure Data Engineering is a bunch of cloud services, okay, using which we can perform the following tasks. Whereas, first of all, let us see what exactly the cloud means. What is a cloud? Let's try to start from the scratch level, guys. What is a cloud? And when we see what is a cloud, let's try to understand what is an on-premises as well. What is an on-premises and what is a cloud? Let's try to understand this first, okay? So guys, when we talk about the cloud, guys, okay, so what is a cloud and what is an on-premises? Let's try to understand this first, and then we'll go ahead with what are these jobs called: data migration, what is data integration, data summarization. All this we can see it later, and once you understand this, it will be easier for you to understand rest of the things. So what is a cloud and what is an on-premises? Okay, so for this, guys, before we move ahead, let's try to see an example here, okay, so that you can understand it in a better way. So what is basically, when we talk about, okay, an example, let's take an example of a mobile phone. So guys, whenever you wanted to, or whenever you buy a mobile phone of any brand, it can be the Samsung, or else it can be the Apple or Oppo, whatever the brand you have it. So whenever, let us say, you bought a Samsung mobile phone. So whenever you bought a Samsung mobile phone, by default, every mobile phone will be getting with a default storage memory. Let us say you bought a Samsung mobile phone. and you have a memory of 64 GB. Okay. And the RAM speed is, let's say, 8 GB. So what does it means? That means you can store the data in the mobile phone called, that is Samsung, up to 64 GB. You can store the data of, what is that? Yes, guys, you can store the data. Yes, you can store the data up to, what is that? You can store the data up to, what's that? 64 GB. You can store the data up to, what's that? 64 GB in your Samsung mobile phone. Okay. Wherein, guys, wherein, suppose you have clicked some pictures and videos, whereas the capacity of the videos and okay, the pictures is, let us say, whereas the capacity of the pictures and videos which you have clicked, okay, is, let us say, uh, 500 GB. Now the question arises here: can you store this 500 GB of the data which you have clicked in your Samsung mobile phone, which has the memory of only 64 GB, guys? Is it possible? Everyone? Yes, guys, please respond.
No, Samir, we can't store.
We can't store it. So generally, if you want to store this, what is the alternative you have it? As you have
We need to
already got a, yeah, what's the alternative you have it?
we need to add external memory,
Yes, you need to
memory
add the
card. Yeah.
external. Yes, so SD card, you can add it here. Let's just say you have added an SD card of, let us say, okay, you've added a memory of 100 GB, but still can you store it, guys? 64 GB plus 100 GB. You have added an
Mm,
external memory. The current memory is a 64 GB and you have added the 100 GB. So totally it's amounting to, what is it now? 100 plus 64. That means it's
164.
amounting to, yeah, 164 GB. So can you store the data still? No, it's not
No.
possible.
Mm.
So what is the alternative you have it? So what is it you can do? So again, buying a new mobile phone with higher configuration, that will cost you more. Am I right? So to avoid that, what you store? Generally, we store the data nowadays. Now what we are doing, we are storing the data into the Google Drive. Am I right? We are storing the data into the Google Drive. Whereas, what is the default capacity of a Google Drive, everyone? The default capacity is what? 15 GB. That means you can store only up to 15 GB. You can store up to only, what's that? 15 GB. That means you can store the data only up to the 15 GB, not beyond it. What is 15 GB? 15 GB is a free memory area, guys, where you need not pay any cost for it. Okay. Whereas, can you store 500 GB data? Can you store this 500 GB of the data into your Google Drive? In fact, we can store it, no doubt. Whereas, we require to pay the cost for it. We require to pay the cost for it. Am I right or not? So, what you'll do is, what we are doing is nowadays, we are buying the storage on the Google Drive, okay, with 500 GB or whatever the amount of storage you wanted, by paying some cost. Whereas here, guys, the mobile phone is there. Okay, the mobile phone is there, but whereas when you talk about the mobile phone memory, what are the drawbacks you have if you store the data into the mobile phone? You can store only the limited data, guys. Limited data you can store it up to whatever the configuration you have it. The second reason is what? Security. Security is the security of the mobile phone is your responsibility. You have to take care about the security, and as well as you have to take care of the security of your mobile phone, as well as you have to take care of, what is that, that is your say data of the security of your data as well. Wherein the third drawback, I can say, what's it, guys? Here you can access the data only on availability of device. only on the availability of the device. So your device is needed here. Without the device, you cannot access the data. Am I right? So basically, many reasons, but I'm just picking up only some three reasons, wherein only for these, okay, these are the some of the reasons why we always nowadays preferred to store the data in the Google Drive. Wherein when you go to the Google Drive, guys, what is it you have it? Do you have a limited data or unlimited data? You can store it in the Google Drive. Yes, guys. I'm not talking about the free or paid service, etc. If it is a paid, okay, then can you store the data up to the limited extent or unlimited extent? You can store it. Everyone? Yes, guys?
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
Unlimited. Yes, we can store unlimited data. We can store what's it? Unlimited data. No limit for storing the data. And now, when you talk about the second feature of the security, who will be responsible for the security of the data?
Google.
Google.
Google. Yes, security of the data will be taken care by the Google. You need not worry on the part of the security of your data. And when it comes to the accessing of the data, do you require a physical device? Same physical device I'm talking about. Do you require the same physical device to access the data from the Google Drive, or any device is okay?
Any device.
Any device. So we can say accessing of data without the specific device. And the next one is what? The fourth and a very important point I can say, guys. You can also access the data from access of data from any location. Means what? You have stored the data here in India and tomorrow you left for US. Okay. After going there, you can access the data from US as well without having the physical device. That is the thing you have it. So whereas we can say, guys, Google Drive is nothing but your cloud environment. Google Drive is nothing but called as what? Cloud environment. Google Drive is called as what? Cloud environment. Whereas on-premises is nothing but what's that, guys? Your mobile phone. Your mobile phone. Whatever the mobile phone you're using it, that is called as a on-premises. That means where you have limited storage in your mobile phone, security is your responsibility. Accessing is possible only if the physical device is available with you. Without having the physical device, you cannot access the data. So hence what we can say, guys. So slowly as an individual, we are switching over from the mobile phone storage towards that Google Drive storage, because we get all these features. What is that? Unlimited storage of data. Security of the data is the responsibility of the Google, whereas accessing of data without the specific device is also possible. And whereas you can access the data from any location, irrespective of the location, you can access the data. So here, this is the reason as an individual, we are switching over from the that is on-premises environment to the cloud environment. The same is the, okay, the same feature or the same thing is realized by all the business entities. And now what they are doing, they are switching over their data. They are moving their data, guys. They are moving their data from the, yes, guys, physical devices, from the servers, physical servers towards that cloud environments, towards that cloud environment. They're switching their data physically from the physical devices towards that cloud environment. So who are the cloud providers? You have it. So here in this case, guys, as we have seen, Google is the cloud provider. Google is the cloud provider. In the same way, you have the Azure as the another cloud provider. And then you have the another cloud provider is Amazon. Likewise, you have many cloud providers are there. They are providing the storage onto their storage onto the cloud. So hence, we are moving the data from the on-premises environment to the cloud environment. Okay. So if you go to your mobile phone, so you have a photo or a video, you select the bunch of photos. And if you go to the move option, you will get the option where you want to save it. You want to save it into the, yes, guys, Google Drive. So simply you can select the Google Drive. Automatically the data will be switched over from your mobile phone storage to what is that? From your mobile phone storage to the the mobile phone storage to the Google Drive. Am I right? So in the same way, this process of moving the data from the physical devices, this process of moving the data from the physical devices to the cloud environment or to the Google Drive is called as the process of, what is it, guys? Data migration. That means moving the data from the physical devices, moving the data from the physical devices to the cloud environment is called as the process of, what is it, guys? Data migration. So guys, it is called as the process of what? Data migration. So in the same way, you have the next one. What is it? You have it, data integration and data summarization. Let us try to understand even this point. What is the data? Yes, guys. What is the data integration and data summarization with the help of another example now? Okay. With the help of another example, we'll just see this. Okay. What is the data integration and data summarization? So I'll take another example, guys. Suppose here you have the task of the day. The task of the day is you want to cook a veg curry. Guys, you want to cook a veg curry. So as soon as you thought of cooking the veg curry, guys, what are the things you required? Ingredients. What are the ingredients you require? You require vegetables. You require oil. Okay. And you require various, various things you require it. So let's say vegetable oils. Okay, you require it. So whenever you require all these things, where do you get all these things? You'll get it from the market. Let us say these all things we can get it at a market called, what is that? Reliance Fresh Market. That's to say we can get all these things at the Reliance Fresh supermarket. So now guys, we have been to the Reliance Fresh supermarket. Now in the Reliance Fresh supermarket, how many products will be there? So we can have many products. Let's talk about the vegetables. How many type of vegetables you can have? So you can have many type of vegetables. Let us say this vegetable you got it from Tamil Nadu, TN, India. And in the same way, you got some another vegetable. This vegetable is they got it from J&K, Jammu and Kashmir. And let's say this is also India. And the third one, let's say you bought it from MP. That means the Reliance Fresh, they bought it from MP, Madhya Pradesh. And that means the same is cultivated and cropped at Madhya Pradesh. And in the same way, the fourth vegetable, they bought it from the USA. Okay. And the next one, fifth one, let us say they bought this vegetable from Malaysia. And the sixth vegetable, they bought it from UAE, etc. Various locations. So that means what happens here? These crops or these vegetables are cropped and cultivated at different locations, but all of them are brought, all of them are, all of them are brought under a single roof. All of them are brought under the single roof, guys. All of them are brought under the single roof. By whom? By the Reliance Fresh. Am I right or not? By the Reliance Fresh. That means Reliance Fresh is the seller, or we can say Reliance Fresh is the seller who has gathered these vegetables from various parts or various locations and made it available for the consumers. Made it available for the consumers. We made it available for the consumers to buy the same at a particular location. So hence we can say, guys, hence we can say, what's that? Hence we can say these are available, made it available for use at a particular location. Okay. And let us say this Reliance Fresh is located in Hyderabad, India. Okay, guys, let's say it is in Hyderabad, India. So guys, here in the Reliance Fresh Hyderabad, which is in India, So these all vegetables are gathered at a place by the Reliance Fresh. So can you say this process as a process of integration, guys? Yes, in fact, it is an integration process only, where the vegetables are brought under one roof from various locations. Am I right or not? So whereas this process is called as, what is it, guys? This process is called as what? Integration process. Integration of what's that? Integration of the products from various locations and making it available under the one roof. Now, let's come back to our previous query. What's that? The task of the day is that you want to cook a veg curry. So for that, you require the vegetable, oils, etc. You require it. Whereas you have been to the supermarket and these are all the products you have it. Let us say you have altogether some 900 products are there, guys. How many? 900 products are there. But are you going to buy all these 900 products or only those products which is required for cooking your curry, guys? Tell me now. Did you get my question? I'll repeat it once again.
Yeah, yeah. Only which are required for our.
Yes. So here the question is that you have 900 products are there in Reliance Fresh. But as far as the current scenario is concerned, to cook the veg curry, we require vegetables and oil here. So we have all these 900 products. Out of all these 900 products, guys, we are going to buy only the specific vegetables and specific oil to prepare this veg curry. Am I right or not? So hence we can say, guys, this process of, can you see here, out of all these products available at the Reliance Fresh, you will buy only the specific product. So hence this is called as what? Selection of product. Selection of what's that? Products. Selection of products. Products can be, it can be vegetable, it can be oil, okay, or whatever the spices is also required. So all this comes under the same, guys. Okay, so you will select the product. So let us say here, guys, let us say you have selected the product here, selection of product. Under the product selection, you selected the product number 1, product number 3, and product number 5, and product number 9. Let us say 4 products are selected. So this is called as the selection of products. Am I right or not? The products are selected. You have made them build. You have made them build. The billing is done. You have bought them home now. So as soon as you bought them home, what will you do, guys? What is the next process will you do? So if you have bought some vegetables and oils, okay, so you have bought some vegetable oils and some spices. So vegetables require to be perform some task. What is that, guys? Do we require to clean them or not? So we can say washing or cleaning of vegetables is required. Then what is the next process you have it? Yes, vegetable is there. Cutting or chopping is required. Okay. Then finally, washing is done, cleaning and vegetable, that is cutting and chopping is done. Then finally, what's that you have it? You'll start the process of cooking. Now, guys, so why do you perform this process? That means what you're doing, you're washing or you're cleaning the vegetables, you're cutting the vegetables, you're starting the cooking process here. That means you are converting these, guys, you're converting these raw products. You're converting these raw products into what's that? Some cooked form. So here, can you see this process is called as transforming? Yes, guys. Can we call this process as a transforming, guys? Yes, in fact, this is called as a transforming the products from, what is it? The transforming the products, transforming of the products, guys, transforming of the products. Okay. Transforming of the products from the raw form to the cooked form here. So once, guys, once, can you see here? Once it is done, guys, once it is done. Okay. So once it is done, once the transforming is done, that means all the cooking process is completed. So finally, what's that you will have it? Finally, it results to what is that, guys? Yeah, vegetable curry is ready here. Vegetable curry is ready. And now once the vegetable curry is ready, you will start eating. Am I right? That's it, guys. So here, can you see? So here, can you see, guys? The first process is what's that? Selection of vegetables, and then transforming of the vegetables. And finally, what's that you have it? Finally, you have what's that? Eating of the veg curry. What is that you have it? Final process is what? Eating the veg curry, guys. So in this process, guys, in this process, if you replace these vegetables or the products with the data, if you replace the same with the data, guys, okay, if you replace the same with the data, that means what is it you have it? Is data. Selection of data. What is it is called as what? Selection of data. That means what? For our query, selection of data. For achieving our task, how many columns and how many rows are needed? That is called as what? Selection of data. Wherein after the selection of data is done, then the process of what is that? Transformation of data will start. Transformation of data. And once the transformation of data is done, guys, finally what you will do, guys? Finally, you will loading of data will start here. Loading of data. Loading into where? Loading into the target. Okay. So guys, as we have replaced this products with the data, let us try to see another example on the same here. So I'm taking another example, guys. Let's take an example of a that is nothing but a supermarket here. Wherein the supermarket, okay, let us say there is a supermarket, and now let's say this supermarket is named as more supermarkets. And now, guys, here the more supermarket, uh, following information is recorded here. Product ID is there, product rate is there, product quantity sold is there, and product quantity sold, product rate, and date of sales is there, etc. These are the columns. We have it, guys. Now, here, what is that task actually? The management of the supermarket wanted to introduce a discount offer, wanted to introduce a discount offer for for wanted to introduce a discount offer for discount offer for discount offer. Uh, that is nothing but for introduction of the new discount offer. They wanted to review the sales of 2 days. They wanted to review the net sales of 2 days. What is that? Net sales amount of 2 days. What is the 2 days, guys? 2 days is what is that you have it? Today's date is 28th day of May 2024. And even they wanted to review the sales of 27th day of May 2024. These are the 2 days data they wanted to know it. Okay, guys. So here they wanted to review the 2 days sales. So now tell me. So first of all, based on our data, let us say here you have it. Can you see here? I have it. This is the product ID. Something like this. Rate is let's say 100 rupees is the rate, and product quantity sold is 10. And here let us say date of sales is 27th 05 2024. In the same way, I have the another product. Here I can say 200 rupees is the rate, and the quantity sold is 20, and the date of sales is 27th, okay, 05 2024. In the same way, guys, I have some another 300, quantity sold is 10. It is sold on the same day. That means day wise sales is recorded here, guys. Okay, this is for which day, guys? 27th day. In the same way, we have the data of the 28th day, guys, as well. Okay, 28th day. So I'll just make some modifications on the same data. Okay, I'll make some modifications on the same data, guys. Just 1 minute. Okay, so here what we can say, guys, I'll make some modifications. Let us say here, I'm just making some changes here. On the date also, I'll make some changes. 28th, 28th, 28th. Now, guys, this is called as a raw data right now. So out of this raw data, we have to extract the net sales amount. The net sales amount is not there. We have to extract the net sales amount out of this raw data. We have to extract the net sales amount, guys, everyone. We have to extract the net sales amount out of this raw data. So whenever you require to extract this raw data out of this, whenever you require to extract the net sales amount of the raw data, guys, here we have to perform the process. What is that process? Let us apply the same process. What is that? Selection of vegetables, selection of products, and then transformation of products. Sorry, selection of data, transformation of data, and loading of the data. Whereas here, this process, technically we call it as what, guys? Technically we call it as ETL. What it is called as, guys? ETL, guys. Extraction, transformation, and loading. This is a very old technique. We are using it. Right now, nowadays, we are also using the technique called ELT. Okay, it's the latest technique, which is called as what? Extraction, loading, and transformation. So how this extraction, loading, and extraction, transformation, loading is done? So guys, let us go with the olden technique called ETL first. So what is that? Extraction, transformation, loading. So now, out of all this data, or that means out of all these columns, what are the columns you needed? Here you require to extract the net sales amount. So net sales amount, it is not product wise. It is overall net sales amount. So here I can say, guys, these three columns are needed. What is that? Product rate, product quantity sold, and date of sales. Hence, you don't require the product ID is not needed here. Okay. So I have extracted. So that means out of the four columns we have pulled in here, guys, we have pulled in here. What is that? We have pulled in here three columns. So hence we can say this is called as what, guys? The process called what? Extraction of data. It is called as a process of what, guys, everyone? Extraction of data. It is called as a process of what? Extraction of data, guys. It is called as a process of what? Extraction of data. So once the extraction of data is done, what is the next process you have it, guys, everyone? The next process is called as transformation of data. So here you have a next as what? Transformation of data. So wherein the transformation of the data, guys, it is the actual part where we are going to make some changes on the data. That means we are going to apply some changes on the data, guys. We are going to apply some changes on the data, or we are going to apply some techniques on the data. That is transformation techniques. That can be sorting of the data, or we can apply the aggregation operations. Okay, all this we can apply on the same data. So now, guys, I'll do the calculations directly here, as we have okay, the data already available. So can you see here, when the product rate is 100 rupees and the quantity sold is 10, so we can say 100 into 10 is equal to what, guys? 100 into 10 means what? Directly I'll write the values here. 1000. In the same way, when the product rate is 200 rupees and 20 is the rate, sorry, quantity sold. So rate is 200 and 20 is the quantity sold. Means what? 200 into 20 is what, guys? Everyone? 4000. Am I right? Everyone? In the same way, when 300 is there and 10 is the quantity sold, directly I can write the value as 3000. So now, guys, sorry, 3000. Here you have it. So now, guys, here you have the final calculation here. The next one, what is it? You have it. The next day sales, that is nothing but 28th day sales is also there. Here you have a standard as 10, 10, 10 products. So I can say 1000, 2000, everyone. And okay. Then you have what's that? 3,000. So guys, this is the sales. Now finally, the transformation is done here. So finally, you have to prepare the data for loading. That means into the target system, you have to load the data here. So I'm writing loading of data, loading of data. So I'll load the data here, guys, everyone. Load the data here. As I don't have the space, I'm just writing it here. Okay, no problem. I can write it here. So totally, what is the net amount you have it, guys? Here I can say net sales amount. Then I can use DOS, means what? Date of sales. I can write directly here. So what is that you have it? 1,000 plus 4,000 plus 3,000. That is 5,000 plus 3,000. 8,000, guys. So I can say 8,000. What is the date of sales you have it? 27th of May 2024. Okay. In the same way, what is that you have it? 1,000 plus 2,000. 3,000. 3,000 plus 3,000. 6,000. So I can say 6,000. Can you see? And the date of sales is 28th day of May 2024. That's it, guys. This is the data you have it. So can you see it? So now, based on this data, guys, you can compare which day sales is more. 27th day sales is more comparatively with the 28th day of the May sales. So based on this, we will generate the report. We will generate the report, and this report consisting of the differentiation value and your analysis. Okay, your analysis or your analysis report, everything. So that you will generate it, and finally to the management of the more supermarket, you are going to present a report here. Present, what is it, guys? A report. And this report, either it can be in the graphical form, okay, graphical form, and a normal report. You can just show it to them, ruling out the difference of sales between these 2 days. And based on that report, they will take a decision here. Wherein, can you see here? Wherein, guys, wherein this process of ETL, that is called as what? Extraction, transformation, and loading, is called as the process of what is it, guys? This process is called as what? The process of what? Data summarization. This process is called as what? Data summarization. Okay. Let us say this process is called as what? Data, just guys, data summarization process. Data summarization can be done by using the technique called what is it, guys? ETL. Okay. Wherein the next one, what is it you have it, guys? Data visualization. So now, guys, when you talk about the data visualization is nothing but performing the analysis on the data. Okay. Visual representation of the data all comes under the data visualization. Okay. Visual representation means what? Presenting the data in the form of some graphical format, all those things. So here you have what's it, guys? Here you have what's it? Data visualization, data summarization, and here you have what is it, guys, everyone? Here you have what is it? So here you got the data here. You got the data, but the data, whatever you have gathered here, so this data you got it from various locations, or various, that is, some of the data you got it from some files, some of the data you got it from some databases, etc. So various locations, you're gathering the data at a particular location. So hence this is called as the process of what? Data integration. So it is called as a process of what, guys? Yes, it is called as a process of what? Data integration. Okay. So here can you see, guys? Data integration is nothing but what? Where you integrate the data from the various locations at a particular location to perform our task. So what about the migration? You know already. Switching over the data from the on-premises environment to the cloud environment is called as, what's that, guys? Switching over the data from the on-premises environment to the cloud environment is called as what? Data migration. As already we have seen this. Okay, that's it, guys. So these are all the tasks we can perform it by using the Azure data engineering, which is called as what? Data migration, data integration, data summarization, and as well as the data visualization. So to perform all these from the Azure data engineering, we are going to use the following services of Azure. The first service we are going to see here is called as a ADF, which stands for Azure Data Factory. Then we have the another same thing, we are going to see it on the another service called as what? ADB, that is called as Azure Databricks. And then the next one, what is it? You have it, guys. So all the reportings and everything we perform it by using the Synapse, where the Synapse is also called as a data warehouse of Azure. Okay. Then apart from this Synapse, we are also going to see, guys, everyone, we are also going to see here ADF, ADB, and okay, Azure OpenAI, OpenAI, and we are also going to see Azure Fabric. That's it. Hmm. So guys, many more services are there, but as a part of our course, we are going to see all these services, guys. Okay, together. Okay, what is, first of all, we'll start with the ADF, then we go with the ADB, then we have the Synapse, and then we have the Azure OpenAI, and then we have the Azure Fabric. So these are all the things we are going to see as a part of the course called Azure Data Engineering. So here, guys, the duration of this course is 90 hours. Okay, and you will have the classes from Monday to Fridays. Okay, Saturday, Sunday, generally you will have an off. Okay, if it is required, we will take up some days even on Saturdays. Okay, so that's it, guys. So this is the duration, everything we have it. So when it comes to me, see, my name is Samir and I will be your faculty for this. So I have around yes I have around yes I have around 10 years of experience in IT, and in the cloud I have around 3+ years of experience, you can say, in the cloud services. Okay, so that's it, guys. So now if you have any questions, please go ahead and ask me. Yeah.
Hi Samir, this is Arpan.
Yes.
So I'm basically a data engineer who has experience working on SSIS, Alteryx, and Power BI. So I majorly wanted to learn cloud-based ETL, that is Azure Data Factory. So in your class, I understand that this is Azure Data Engineering, which will include everything, majorly everything. So how much time will be spent on ADF basically?
ADF, it will be around 1 month.
ADF 1 month, and it will also include practical sessions.
Yes, yes, every day practical sessions only. You will have okay, practical sessions only.
Okay, and like when we will
Daily
be
we are going to see one
kickstarting
case study.
ADF? Yeah, and when we will be kickstarting ADF, like after how many classes we will be starting ADF roughly, if you have an idea?
Roughly in the second or third class, we'll start the ADF.
Third class we will start the ADF.
Practicals
Okay.
on ADF. Today is the first class, now. Tomorrow will be the second class, and day after tomorrow it will be third class. So in the third class, because tomorrow I will tell you the brief about this cloud services, storages, what are the storages you have it,
Mhm.
what type of storages, we'll discuss it tomorrow. And third session, we will start directly with the practical on the ADF.
Okay, so we will start the Azure Data Factory from the third
Yes,
session itself.
yes, yes,
Okay. Considering today is the first or second
yes,
session.
yes. Today is Tuesday,
Okay.
na? So Tuesday, it's first session. So tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday. So Thursday, we'll start the practical.
Okay. So mostly the classes will happen on morning.
Yeah, the timings for the class is 8 a.m. This is the standard timings.
Okay, so you do not conduct any class in the evening.
No, I don't have it. I'm also working somewhere, so I will not be getting the time to take over the classes in the evening.
Oh, okay, fine. Yeah, these were my questions. Thank you so
Any
much.
other questions? Anybody else? Please respond.
Hi, good morning, sir. I'm Tapesh here.
Hmm. Tell
Yeah,
me.
I want to know the course duration regarding this year.
Hmm. The course duration is Approximate it is 90 hours, but it will be more than that.
Okay. And what about the end of project?
I'll tell you one project also on this.
Okay.
End-to-end implementation project, I'll tell you.
Sure, sure. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Yeah, hi sir.
Yeah, please.
So sir, in this, I mean, in data engineering, SQL, PySpark, and Python is very important. So are we going to
Yes.
cover that as well?
Yes, PySpark we are going to see, because the ADB we are going to see on the PySpark only.
Okay.
ADB we are going to see
So
on the PySpark, and Python and all these things, the basic commands I'll tell you. But really SQL, obviously I'll tell you the basic commands, what are the things you have in SQL. So we
mhm.
have a separate topic called Spark SQL is there. So how to execute the the Spark, that is SQL on the Spark environment, everything is there.
Okay.
So any other questions? Please go ahead. Okay, guys. So that's it. So we'll just continue tomorrow at 8 a.m. Okay. The same link you'll have it tomorrow. Thank you everyone for attending. Thank you.